The music industry loves to sell you a fantasy. Dreams of sold out arenas and stadiums and millions of fans screaming your name and you making the kind of money that will change your life forever. But what if I told you the whole game is rigged and it's set up to have this sort of dangling target of success move and have you chasing it, but never really get there? And unfortunately, this is a lesson that too many of us musicians learn too late. And by the time we get it, we're burned out and we don't even feel like putting in effort anymore. So in this video, I'm going to give you 10 brutal truths about music careers in the music industry that I wish I had learned much earlier in life. And honestly, these are going to save you. These are going to save your music career. I guarantee you. And the first one is that procrastination kills success and it kills progress. We're in this time now where we're in a fast moving world, a fast paced world where you can jump on TikTok and create a TikTok video and literally become famous overnight, where AI is taking over and you can get stuff done at lightning speed that you couldn't even get done 2 to 3 years ago. So everything is moving really, really quickly and really fast. And in a world where you say, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll get to it whenever, is a death sentence. I have people tell me all the time when I do a lot of coaching. I have a lot of musicians that want to start YouTube channels and want to get into YouTubing and, social media in general. And I have so many of them that tell me, yeah, when I start my channel next year, or when I get on it this summer, or even I'm gonna start on it next thing Monday morning, like that kind of stuff, that kind of attitude now is a death sentence. Because by the time you get there, 100,000 other people are releasing CDs and EPs and singles and starting YouTube channels and creating videos, putting their music business together. They're doing that while you're talking about, I'll get to it next week. I'll get to it this summer. I'll get to it. It's my New Year's resolution. Procrastination right now is a death sentence and it kills progress. It always has. But even more so now, again, in this current time that we live in, that's something that you really got to understand. You cannot procrastinate. I teach a concept called the speed of implementation. And what the speed of implementation just basically says is that the sooner you get an idea about doing something, or the sooner that you implement that idea once you get it, the more likely you are to be successful in it. Because think about it, when you get an idea, it's like, oh my God, that's a great idea. And you're excited about it. Oh man, I'm gonna get on that. But what happens is the more time that goes by and you don't do nothing with that idea, that excitement that you have, it just diminishes. It's like, oh man, that's a great idea. I'm gonna do it. And then the next day it's like, yeah, it's still a good idea. I'll probably do it. And then a week passes. It's like, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. So even in that speaks to that, the concept of getting stuff done now. You cannot wait. You cannot wait till next year. People are starting right now to talk about New Year's resolutions for next year. You can't wait till next year. You need to be on that today. You got an idea about doing something. Do not procrastinate. Get on that idea today. Now, another brutal truth is something that took me a long time to learn because, and this is something that I've talked about before, but it took me a long time to learn because I was scared. I was really shy about things. But this truth is that you can't be timid when you're handling business. You can't be indirect. You can't be a pushover. You can't be in any of those things. Again, especially in this world that we live in today. Everybody today has an attitude. I don't want to be absolutist here, but most people today have this attitude of, I'm going to get mine by any means necessary. And unfortunately, a lot of times that by any means necessary means running over you or taking advantage of you, because people are concerned about themselves. They're concerned about what's in their best interest. So when you're handling business, you have to be upfront, you have to be direct, and you cannot be shy and you cannot be timid. When you say your price for something, your price is your price. You need to leave little room for negotiation. You need to leave little room for, oh, let's talk about this. Let's see how we can come up with another plan. No, if your price for whatever it is someone is asking you to do is, say, $500 for you to play a gig, that's your price. Hey, man, if you need to get somebody else to do it, you can get somebody else to do it. But my price is my price. So you need to be upfront. You need to be direct. You need to look people in their eye. You need to give firm handshakes, and you need to not be timid about the business that you're handling in any vein, whether or not you own a recording studio, whether or not it's gigging or whatever it is you're doing musically in this music industry. You cannot be timid about it. You can't let people run over you. The moment you do, you start to get into this vein of being a pushover. Another concept that I talk about all the time is, and you've probably heard me say this before, is about this concept of how hierarchy works, and about how when, people group together, they start to establish themselves in hierarchies, and everybody's looking to be at the top. Everybody's looking to be the person in charge, the person with the most influence and all of that. And a lot of times for people to get there, again, they're running over the people that they can run over. They're running over the pushovers. So you can't let that happen to you. You can't be timid about your business. Now, if these brutal truths are hitting home with you, it's because it's real. I've lived it. But knowing these truths and these secrets aren't enough. And that's why I put together the Artist Survival Kit for you. It's a checklist that walks you through auditing your music business, spotting red flags in contracts, and helping you develop multiple streams of income as a musician. So don't just get mad at the system. Arm yourself so that you can protect yourself. Download it from that link in the description of this video. Now, the third brutal truth I want to bring up is something that's crucially important. This is something, again, that I wish more musicians understood. And it's something that I kind of learned a little late as well. But once you get this down, I promise you, it's a game changer for you. And the thing is that you have to take time to seek out mentorship. You have to seek out mentorship. So again, we're in this world where we're all loners now. Everybody does everything by themselves. This is something I complain about too. I talk about to one of my friends all the time. When I go to the gym every day, the gym used to be a place where when you worked out, I mean, we were just talking about 10, 12 years ago, like it was a community. Like the people in the gym, everybody knew each other and stuff like that. It was like you could walk in if you went at the same time every day and the same people were there at the same time. It's like, hey man, what's going on? Hey sis, what's up? It was that kind of thing, right? And it wasn't a thing for somebody to come ask you, hey, can you spot me on this bench press right quick? I'm gonna try to get 5 reps in. I really need a spot to help me get that 5th rep. Or me asking somebody, hey, I'm about to do squats. Can you help me with the squat? Now it's more so of a place where everybody just has their headphones on, their earbuds or their, Apple headphones or whatever, the Beats headphones or whatever they are. And they're in their own world. They're working out. Of course, you see people in there with cameras and stuff now recording their workouts, and they're all in their own world. And this is indicative of everything that's happening in every industry in our world, particularly in the music industry. One of the things I talk about all of the time is that how important collaboration is, right? And it's more difficult now to get someone to collaborate with you than it has ever been. It's still possible. You can still do it, but it's harder now because people are just in their own worlds. So in a world like that, what happens is you have no feedback. You have no sense of anything outside of your own world. And what you need to do to handle that or to remedy that is have someone that is a mentor figure, mentor type figure, whether or not it's someone you know, whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's someone you follow, and you need to really seek out their help. And when I say seek out their help, I'm not necessarily talking about calling them up every day and stuff like that. Even if it's a YouTube channel, even if it's mine or whatever, watch their content regularly, ask questions regularly so that you learn something, so that you get these principles that are available to us about how to be successful in the music industry and all of that. Seek out that mentorship. I'm telling you, this is in this world that we live in now, and in this AI world, and in this, loner world that we're fastly moving into, mentorship and having someone that you can look to for guidance is going to mean the difference between you sitting on the couch every week and not doing nothing, and you having a career that you can be proud about and make money in. Now, another one, and this is an important as well. The fourth one is you have to not be afraid to be yourself. And you have to put yourself out there, and you have to take this armor off. Here's what I mean. Follow me on this, and you're going to understand this in a second. This is going to be good. We musicians in particularly have big egos, right? You've experienced it. You've seen how we show up on gigs and we try to be all that, and we try to outshine everybody else, and we try to make it seem like we're something that a lot of times we're not. We try to make ourselves bigger than what we are. And the problem with that now is, again, I keep talking about this world that we live in. This is the whole foundation of what I'm talking about, because the world is changing, which means everything that we need to do to be successful or reach goals changes as well. So in a world that we're moving into and that we're basically in now, authenticity is what's going to get you to your goals faster than anything else. Again, in an AI-driven world where it's hard to establish or distinguish between an AI-generated person on a video and a real person on a video, the authenticity of a person is what's going to separate those two things and help you understand what the difference between those two things are. But more importantly, in that world, people are skeptical because we know this AI stuff is out there. We know not even just the AI. That's just something I'm bringing up. It's just that people in general, we're skeptical of other people. We're skeptical of government and, systems and all of this kind of stuff. We're skeptical of everything. And in order to build trust, to build a community, to build relationships, which are all important for us musicians to be successful, we're going to have to not be afraid to be ourselves and be authentic. Stop putting on this armor, this costume, this uniform of ego and stuff that, oh, I'm this and I can do that and I'm here and I've done these kind of things and I'm this. No, man, look, I'm a dude. I'm sitting here. I'm shooting a video for you. I've learned some things in life. I want to teach you. I hope that they help. And that's all I got. This is all I can give you. I'm not going to sit here and claim, oh, I'm famous. And I'm not going to even talk about my accolades. The fact that I have degrees in music and that I've been on tours and all of that kind of stuff. None of that matters. What you need and what you want from someone that you want to learn from or that you're going to build a relationship with is that authenticity. So it behooves me to just be myself. It behooves you to show up and just be who you are and be nothing else. There was a saying that someone used to say to me back in the past that was similar to that. They used to say, be who you be and be nothing else. And that's how it works for everybody. That's what's going to help you be successful. That's what's going to help you move sort of really fluidly into this new world that we're going to be in and that we're practically in now. And it's going to help you be successful as a musician. So that is really, really important. Now, let's move to the next one. These are getting really good. I put these in an order to where they get deeper and deeper as we go. So the fifth one is that you have to take time to seek out joy and to feel joy. I want you to think about that for a second. Here's what I mean. This is something I'm talking about myself now. What I learned is that in all of my striving and in all of my trying to get it, trying to be successful, trying to chase this dangling target that I mentioned earlier, and, just wanting to achieve things, that I was always on the grind. Always. I rarely took the time to stop and enjoy any sort of success or progress that I made. And what that did for me is something that's very unfortunate that happens to a lot of us musicians. What that did to me is that when I got something that I wanted to achieve, it didn't even really feel like anything. People talk to me, I still deal with this problem today. People talk to me all of the time about, oh man, you've grown your YouTube channel, you've grown your Instagram, your Facebook, and your Threads, and all of these social media things. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess I have. I was being interviewed just a week or so ago on a podcast where they wanted to talk to me about my YouTube channel and about some of the success that I've had and all of that kind of stuff and how to grow a YouTube channel. And they were telling me some stats on my own YouTube channel that I didn't even know. It's like, oh, you've achieved this, you've grown this much in over a year, you've done this. And I'm like, I have. So it's like, I rarely take the time to just stop and enjoy the process. And let me tell you why this is really important for all of us. And this is something that I'm focusing on. I'm putting intentional focus on right now. It's important because if you get to a point to where you gain some success and you start making money or whatever the thing is you want to achieve or things you want to achieve in your music career, and you get there and you don't feel it, it is the most demotivating thing that you will ever experience. Fellas, go with me on this. Excuse me, ladies, that's watching this video, but the fellas will know what I'm talking about. It's like, and maybe ladies, you could talk about this with the opposite sex as well, but getting with a partner, getting with a girl or whatever, or whatever your choice is, getting with someone and, you meet them, they fine. And it's like, oh my God, they're such an amazing person. And then, you're talking to them on the phone, you're texting or whatever the case is, like, oh my God, this is going really well. And then you go out on a date with them, or you get to the point to where you're intimate with them and it's just like, ugh. It's like this person can't even hold a conversation, or, the intimacy is like, oh my God, like, what is this? Like, what are we even doing kind of stuff, right? It's that kind of thing. Like when you achieve it, when you get there, it's like, and it becomes demotivating because just like in that same situation, what happens? You immediately lose interest. It's like, maybe we'll go out soon. Okay, whatever. It's the same thing that happens with your career when you don't take the time to enjoy the progress, the success that you gain. So hear me when I tell you this is so important. Each step, each time you achieve something, each time you put a goal out there and you get closer to it, and particularly when you reach that goal, take the time to feel that joy, feel that happiness, and feel that success. And that will motivate you to keep going. That is something that is crucially important. So those are the first 5 brutal truths that shaped my music journey. But trust me, the next 5 hit even harder. So click here now to check out part 2 of this video.